It's a here we go, player in England, medical test, contract signing, £41 million.
Be prepared to spend 70 million. That's the word coming out on all the reports today around Lewis Hall to Manchester United. The player wants to move. Manchester United are preparing a move. We've had several updates from several different journalists. I could actually probably say about 7 rather than several to be precise. It has started to hot up, and the talk of Manchester United preparing their bid is starting to do the rounds. Even more updates from The Athletic, from the Daily Mail, from Sky Sports News on this today. All of the major outlets are now starting to pick up on Lewis Hall to Manchester United and what's going on. Everything that has happened with Newcastle has pushed this more on rather than backed it up, is the latest coming out. TalkSport actually saying that Manchester United's chances of signing Lewis Hall are greater now that Eddie Howe has left. It's going to push the deal more. This is probably more around what we have said before from the players' side of things, and Lewis Hall looking to actually, well, commit his future, but commit his future to what? A future of no trophies at Newcastle as they change structure completely, or a move away and a new contract at a new club like United where he has got a better chance of winning trophies. This is what Ineos have to sell to Lewis Hall, of course, but more importantly, United have to want to pay for Lewis Hall. That's the phrase, that's the word, that's the line that is coming out. Lots of people are still playing this down and being very, very cautious with this. The Daily Mail's Simon Jones actually saying that Manchester United still appreciate Lewis Hall, but also appreciate how difficult a deal it could be to get done. It's not. The deal to get done is simply pay the money that Newcastle want for the player and get him through the door. Now, Carl Anker of The Athletic has also come in on this and said the word is, and factual this is, we know for certain that Lewis Hall is admired by Manchester United. Manchester United would get him. If the money was there and there was a big pot of money past what Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to spend this summer, they would get Lewis Hall in an instant. There you go. That there tells me one thing. Don't balls this up because he's there for the taking. Just go and spend the money. No one's going to look at Manchester United spending 70 million on Lewis Hall and say, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Everybody's going to look at that and go, that's Ineos setting the standard. That's Ineos actually going in with an ambitious move to bring in one of the best young fullbacks in the country who has got Premier League experience. That's from The Athletic. Then you move across to Sky Sports, and Daniel Kahn from Sky Sports coming out and saying Manchester United are exploring a potential move and working out how much it will cost to get a deal done to sign Lewis Hall. Again, there are 4 different opinions already. JS Transfers has just retweeted about 5 to 6 different posts linking Manchester United to Lewis Hall from the past. All the noise is going on behind the scenes. I mentioned this morning. You can look at some of these accounts and say that they are not big, exclusive, breaking news accounts like you would normally get from the likes of Fabrizio Romano, from David Ornstein and people like this. But these are the accounts that are obviously talking about this. They may know something might be going on. They're feeding off what other reports are saying, and the talk is rife and nobody's playing the deal down. That's the big thing. So yes, they're not important, they don't matter, they're just opinions like ours, but the talk is there and they're picking up on what these bigger journalists are actually saying about Lewis Hall now, and this is where Manchester United are actually at.
It's going to be a very busy month. As you see, my phone is ringing even right now, but I want to deliver you the news. So let's start by mentioning some of the stories of the day. I think it's still important to mention all the clubs, not only the super big ones, but also all the others, still big clubs. And so, club record signing from Brentford for this midfielder, Malian midfielder, very talented. Sangaré was wanted by several clubs around Europe. He is going to Brentford. The deal is agreed. The player is having his medical, and so Sangaré, new Brentford reinforcement in midfield, a very good signing. A player wanted by several clubs. And another player was wanted by several top clubs around Europe, and this is Antonio Silva. Antonio Silva has been in the rumor for some time, because in terms of talented defenders, Antonio has always been one of the most appreciated around Europe. But for Antonio Silva, what we can say is that the deal is done. Exclusive story from the morning. He's joining Bournemouth from Benfica, and it's here we go. Everything agreed for Antonio Silva. Why the deal was here we go soon 2 weeks ago on my accounts, and then here we go today? Because Benfica were playing to get the green light and play European football next for this season, the upcoming season, and they won. They won 5-0, so Benfica are in Europe, and now Benfica are ready to give the official green light. The player traveled for medical test and contract signing, 25 million euros plus 5 in advance, and so new defender for Bournemouth is going to be Antonio Silva. Good luck to the Portuguese centre back. We stay in London, guys. We stay in England, mentioning several stories, and blue side of London, because on Chelsea we have something to mention on the outgoings. I told you so many things on the incomings. Lacroix done, 52 million pounds, Danny Welbeck done, Jordan Henderson done, they signed Morgan Rogers, so it's been very busy for Chelsea, but there are also the outgoings, and are going to be important. Como are back for Trevoh Chalobah. New bid sent today, 30 million euros guaranteed to Chelsea. Guaranteed. So Como ready to pay. Como were offering 25 plus 5 difficult add-ons, rejected. 25 plus 5 easy add-ons, rejected. Now the 30 are guaranteed. Even if there will be a part of add-ons, a small part like 2 or 1 million euros as add-ons, is going to be more than easy, guaranteed. So Chelsea will get 30 million euros. Now Como are confident because they believe they are putting in the best proposal possible at this stage of the market. They hope Chelsea can give the green light for medical test and contract signing. Chalobah has an agreement with Chelsea. 4 million euros net per season. The contract is ready. The player wants to go to Italy, so everything is set on player side. Now waiting for the green light from Chelsea for Trevoh Chalobah. Benoit Badiashile is another player who could leave Chelsea in the next days and weeks. There is movement around him, interest from France and also from Italy. Napoli have Badiashile on their list because Buongiorno, their defender, got injured, and now Badiashile is an option they are considering. Not the only one, because Napoli also have Federico Gatti from Juventus on their list, but Badiashile is a possibility. The player would be open to the move, Champions League football, so he's keen on this possibility. Now we will see what's going to happen in terms of negotiations and decision by Napoli, because they need to decide which kind of player they want to sign. But Badiashile and Chalobah both expected to leave Chelsea this summer. For Chelsea, the big news of the day, surprising, case settled for Mykhailo Mudryk. Misha is back after the doping story. Everything is now the past for Mudryk. He's traveling on Sunday to join Chelsea in Hong Kong, start the pre-season tour. Also for him is going to be a big, beautiful and big opportunity, but Mudryk is back. Mudryk can play football for Chelsea immediately. They will assess Mudryk in August, so in the next 2 weeks, and then decide whether they want to keep him in the squad or maybe give him an opportunity to go maybe on loan. So we will see what's going to happen. Now Mudryk only wants to be on the pitch with his teammates, play football, show his skills. Mudryk has been training alone for some time, so Mudryk is ready, and we will see what's going to happen there. Also, many questions on Enzo Fernandez. What's happening with Enzo? What's going on with Enzo? I always told you, forget about Real Madrid, and that remains my information. On Enzo Fernandez, the agent of the player is arriving in Europe. So there will be new meetings next week to discuss the future of Enzo Fernandez. The agent will be in Europe after he was in the US for the World Cup. Then in the next days there will be conversations with Chelsea and conversations also with Enzo, who is still on holiday, in order to understand the next steps. It's August, they need to decide. Real Madrid are no longer there. So we need to see how they will assess the situation, but for sure an interesting one. Then guys, Bruno Guimaraes. Arsenal are ready to continue negotiations with Newcastle. Eddie Howe left. Arsenal remain absolutely on it for Bruno Guimaraes. In contact with the agents of the player, in contact also the agents with the player, because Bruno wants to go to Arsenal. Bruno's desire is very clear. Bruno Guimaraes considers Arsenal the perfect project for him, and so Bruno wants to go. There is an agreement Bruno-Arsenal already for some time, and now Arsenal and Newcastle will be again in contact to try get the deal done. Could be again any moment, so we have to stay tuned, because Arsenal want Bruno and Bruno wants Arsenal. Eddie Howe left, and Eddie Howe also had a feeling Newcastle are going to sell Bruno Guimaraes, and so we're going to follow the situation closely. Tomorrow, Matthias Gisley becoming new Newcastle head coach. Exclusive story confirmed. Then just some quick ones, guys, also regarding big names of the market, and regarding, in this case, the situation at Ajax, because Ajax finally get the deal done with Barcelona for Marc-André ter Stegen. It's been a here we go for some time, I would say for weeks, just waiting for some technical details. Also, don't forget, Ajax are only paying a small part of the salary of Marc-André ter Stegen, and the deal is being closed tomorrow, August. So to complete the deal with July salary already done is obviously helping. And so this is what's going to happen. Marc-André ter Stegen traveling tonight to join Amsterdam, to join Ajax, and from tomorrow Marc-André ter Stegen will be unveiled as a new player for Ajax, as a new goalkeeper for Ajax. And then on the other side of news, guys, also for Ajax, we have to mention also Julian Brandt, because the big surprise of Ajax today is Julian Brandt. He was in conversation with 2 English clubs, 1 Italian club. Leeds United were keen on the player, were keen on the boy, but Julian Brandt decides to go to Ajax. It's done, it's signed, contract till 2029, so a big opportunity for Julian Brandt to go to Ajax. They are building a really interesting squad after Marcos Leonardo, Tolwero Kodare, and also this chance with Julian Brandt and also Marc-André ter Stegen. So very, very busy for Ajax with big names on the market. On this, guys, and much more, I will keep you absolutely posted already in next hours. Also during the night, in the morning, it's going to be super busy on the market. And as I told you, August is here, big news are here. So remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell. Guys, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned here. Let me know your comments here. As always, I'm reading you and see you soon. Thank you.